Hey everyone, Kevin from KTech Services here. I wanted to touch bases on a quick video here about needles for caps. I get this question all the time, so I'm just going to make this quick video on it. So, when you're doing today's buckram hats and stuff, you want a sharp needle. I don't know how many service calls I go to, and they're using a ballpoint needle. So you definitely want to use a sharp, okay, a period. All right. Now I'm more of an Oregon fan. I have Oregon needles up here. I do like the NY series. Now they're obviously chrome. There's titanium, which is gold dipped and stuff. It's a few cents more, but it's supposed to run a little bit cooler and on the less friction. But I think the chrome is okay. Whatever you prefer, try both. But I do tend to like the chrome is just fine, and they're not less expensive. You know, but they do about the same good enough job. But you definitely want a sharp needle. But with Oregon, I use an NY series. It has the best tapered sharp blade. Works really well. So a DBXK5. Now the different sizes here, I'd like to use 7511, 8012, or 9014 sharps. Now, I mean, I've been sewing caps to close to 40 years now, so basically the machines I used back in my day, pretty much all I used was 8012s. But today, you can get away with a 7511 on the newer machines. So whatever you do now, why would you use a 9014 if I was using maybe like a large satin stitch or letters or something like that? I would use a 9014. The bigger the needle, the better because less needle deflection. But now, granted, for foam is actually uses a different type of needle. But I'm going to be doing a different video on that. Check that out when that comes up. Okay. But this one is just pretty much talking about the 7511, 8012, or the 9014. For most common sewing is 8012, but 7511, obviously the smaller the needle, the better the stitch clarity is going to be. Okay. But either 7511 or 8012s. Okay. Again, I like the Chrome, the NY series, but if you use a different needle manufacturer, make sure you double check with them and make sure that you have. A lot of them like to use different letters and terminology for that makes it a sharp, but just make sure that you double check yourself that you're running a sharp needle because I've gone to a lot of service calls, like I mentioned, and they weren't using sharp, they were using a ballpoint. Okay. On the next illustration here that I kind of point out here a little bit is obviously here's a sharp needle point and then obviously a ballpoint needle. Okay. So a ballpoint needle are meant for woven materials. We don't even want to think about that for a cap. So you definitely just want to make sure you're using a sharp needle. Okay, got that. Now, what happens? Okay, so basically on this illustration, I'll try to zoom in as best I can. After time, now depending on, I mean, obviously, even with a sharp needle, you're going to destroy your tip, especially on fused buckram hats. You want to lessen that up a little bit. Now, granted, I have the customers I've gone to, and they're using a ballpoint. Well, you're going to tear, you're going to mushroom it maybe on the first sewing run. I mean, because it doesn't take very much with a fused buckram with a ballpoint needle. So you definitely want a sharp needle. Now, of course, even with a sharp needle, you're going to destroy the tip after so many runs. It's just the friction of it. Okay, I have invented a new cap steamer, but that's another video. Check that out. It's literally a game changer, seriously, and to loosen up everything. So everything to do with sewing caps is just the right recipe, the correct digitizing, the correct needles. And then of course with my cap steamer, you're going to loosen up the material and the buckram so the needle can penetrate much easier. So you don't destroy your tip here versus keeping it as sharp as possible. So you'll prolong your needles if you use my cap steamer. So check that out. There's a lot of my customers have been using it and the reviews. Check that out when you get a chance. Okay. So basically, I just wanted to touch bases on that real quick. Type of needle you should be using a sharp. I think that's it. I'm going to be doing more videos. Make sure you sign up for my channel and stuff like that. And I'm going to be giving more education on digitizing and proper sewing for caps as much as my knowledge and stuff. So check that out. And thank you for stopping by.